Hello and welcome back. My name is Solos and this is another episode of Skywanderers. So just coming back into the world once more. I've done a little bit of work since the last episode, nothing like massive like I would usually do, but I would like to explore some ideas with you guys, and I would also just like to demonstrate what I said I would demonstrate in the previous episode. So in a way, you can think of this as like a part 2 where I show off just how the weapon firing at the other ship will work and just what to expect when you're receiving damage from an enemy ship and just that sort of stuff. And then I'd like to also go into exploring this just here. So I'll just bring my HUD back up. So you probably don't have a clue what you're looking at, and it probably looks a little bit weird, probably thinking weird space umbrella or something, but basically I don't know if we're ever going to get shields in this game, and I don't know how shields will work, and just overall the whole shield concept. So something I've wanted to explore for a while actually is just this concept here. This is, think of it like a shield umbrella. So I'll be able to shoot at this here, and it will take about 2, maybe 3 blocks worth of damage before a single bullet gets through and starts hitting the actual ship behind it. So I'll just slow my speed down. I'm moving a bit fast, but basically this actually bugged out. I actually had this here inside there as well, so it looked really cool. I don't actually have any pictures or any showcase of what it looks like because I made this and everything worked perfectly. This here was turned around the other way, put inside there, and basically that shield there was just in front of the shield by about 0.2 of a block. So this sort of shield here just in front of it, and had like the cool particle effect thing there going, and it looked really good. Like it just all worked together, and then you could simply press that button there, those 2 shields would go back down, that one would do a weird folding thing, and then it would slide back into the tube and basically compact down into about a 5 block space. So basically I'll just open it back up again. I would like to just ask you guys, is this something worth exploring? Would it be worthwhile making a much more compact version than this? This was just my first test version I've done. Basically just a way to have like an umbrella shield which folds out of the ship and just expands in front of it, because if you're doing, say, a bombing run or something, or attack run, those extra few shots of shielding could mean getting a missile onto the enemy ship's weapon system, which I'll also be demonstrating later in this video. Basically, is this something that you would want on a spaceship? Because I'll just put this out there now, but basically I was playing around trying to get my ships to spawn in, and I tried to spawn in my shuttle. As you might remember, it's just the Sullosian shuttle. It looks a bit like a puddle jumper from Stargate. Basically I tried to spawn it in, and it keeps on corrupting the world every time I try to spawn it in, and it breaks my game. So I don't think I can actually use that shuttle anymore, so I will be rebuilding it. And I figure in a rebuild, now that we've got the freeform block, we can shape things a lot nicer and a lot more compact, because we can actually have thinner blocks and not have things glitching through blocks necessarily. But with the new shuttle comes new systems and new ideas, and this could be a cool idea to experiment with. Like, this was just my first example, just a sort of shield system which folds out and blocks a few shots, but I would like to give that a go if you guys also think it is something worthwhile exploring. So I'll just sort of give a demonstration quickly. I'll just grab that one there and that one there. So if I were to say grab this one here, we'll just build up a little bit, and I would have, say, like that, and not like that, just like that, like that, like that. So get rid of them. So just imagine that say, just looking at it from this angle anyway, imagine this here is the front of the ship, just this face of the block here, and then this is a shield here, so it sort of comes out of here and then it like wraps around just a little bit to give it a bit of forward and side protection from enemy shots. So hopefully all that makes sense, and well, I would like to hear your feedback about that. But moving on to the actual content of this video, because this is just a side project. Basically, we've got our Pinata pin cushion ship here. So this one was infected with diseases and all the crew died and it was awful, but the cost of just getting it refitted, it's too great for the company, so we've decided to use it as a test firing ship. And we've got our Sullosian Command Ship just here, and we've actually got some nifty consoles just out here which are linked to each of the ships. This one here, so Sullosian Command Ship, just this one here, and this one here is just so I can show you quickly the actual readout of the heat damage and energy usage when under attack by another ship. So we'll just go to an empty hand and I'll come here, so I can easily just go into the ship here. I can see I can fly the ship just from here. I've got the blue power bar on the bottom left and the heat bar in the bottom left just below that one, and you can see we've got 44,000 and 42,000 for average on those. But if I exit that, I've got the weapon reset buttons just either side here. We've got the left hand side hangar bays over there, the top guns all along there, the right hand side hangar bay there, and the, well, it's not actually main weapon, this is actually one of the lasers on the left hand side front. So I'll just sort of power that up. Have we go with that. So as you can see, hopefully we've got one there just on the opposite side is what we were firing at that from. And so we'll just sort of check the values now. So 42,160 and 44,156. So that should be the same as this one. So no, the heat bar is just slightly lower because of that laser shot probably. So I'll just get all the guns aimed here. Hopefully, yep, not going to hit anything. So I'll just turn this whole side on. So hopefully you can see that. It's getting a bit of lag. And you can probably see all the shots are spreading out a little bit more now. But we'll actually just go into this here. As you can see, the heat bar is massively lost a lot of its health, and now that the lasers have actually gone through and cut through the entire ship, the lag's gotten better and the heat bar is going back up, but it has permanently lowered it from 46,000, I believe it was at, to 44,000. So I'll just check this one here. Oh no, it was 44. It's probably just a little bit lower though. And unfortunately I have to just turn the ship a little bit. Buggered that up a little bit, but we're now re-aiming at it, and hopefully you can see the overall heat has actually gone up, so it will increase, and if you keep on aiming at something for too long, then the red bar will go down all the way, and then the blue bar will start losing as well, which basically means the generators are being overloaded or heated, or something like that. I'm not quite sure the logic behind it that the developer has used, but hopefully we get the idea. So we'll just sort of close that one there, and I will now focus the laser on it. We'll just have a look in here. So you might be able to see it ever so slightly changing, but basically you would have multiple laser beams all going at once, which would do a lot more damage. So laser beams are good at taking down the heat overheating side of things, but they're not so great at doing any block damage. So I'll just come over here and show you. So that laser beam was focused for a little while. We did about 5 blocks, 6 blocks damage. So nothing too incredible compares to what some guns can do when focused on the ship. So you can just sort of see there, it just sort of went straight through the ship, underneath the armor plating here, and out there, and probably out somewhere else as well. We'll, I think we'll just do a bit of a test firing on this ship now. So we'll grab the big laser as well, So big laser is just linked to this red button here. Fire that up, hopefully that works. Oh, just press it again. There we are. So with a bigger laser, it does a little bit of heat damage and permanently raised it. So clearly you can see the massive difference between the lasers shooting at a ship and stuff like these turrets which fire ridiculous amounts of shots all very quickly. So I'm just going to aim most of the guns at the ship now. So grab the right hand side, fire that, grab the left hand side, hopefully we don't break the game. Just sort of give you a nice cinematic preview here, firing at the ship there. And then we'll grab the top guns as well, just to give you guys an idea of just what things will look like when we're in the heat of a battle. Sort of trying to aim here without taking out any of my other guns. Yeah, massive lag, but in theory it would look pretty awesome. You can sort of just see straight lines and lots of lag happening. I just don't think the game is quite built to handle this many lasers all being fired at once. Quite a lot of lag. But it looks pretty cool. So hopefully that's all very awesome for you guys, as it is for me, despite the fact it is lagging horribly. We're to stop the right hand side, the left hand side. Stop the right hand side. We got the top still going there, and we will stop the top as well. So we'll just go to the right hand side here. I think what we'll do. Take out the escape pods and take out all the generators and just, you know, do a nice little bit of damage. Got to take out this pinata ship that we've got here. Like all the red paint on it, I mean, you can't keep this now anyway. Take forever to clean up that paint. Alrighty, so I think that's basically it for this episode. I'll just stop the guns because they're sounding a little bit funny. Despite the fact they sound awesome when you're in the first person view. But hopefully all that sort of made sense and demonstrated nicely just what it's like to have guns firing at you and just seeing what it does to the overall heat and shield damage and the energy damage, sorry. So we'll just go in here. So as you can see, the overall energy has gone down by I think 5,000. So it was at 42,000. Now it's at 37,000. So if you have too many guns aimed at it for too long, it will bring down the heat bar all the way, and then after the heat bar, then the energy bar starts decreasing, and it permanently damages your generator systems. Either that, or we just took out a few generators and that's what did that, which is more than possible, considering there were generators just here. Okay, I think there was one other thing. That's right, I was going to showcase missile shot right in here. So I'll just set that up now and I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, and we're back. So I've just quickly set this up here. So it's just a missile launcher on a rotator here, and it's on the rotator so I can get it at an angle, so that way we can best simulate what it's actually like to be flying a ship towards this ship and getting a missile in, because it's unlikely that someone will come from straight above because these guns have such good aim straight above and taking out those, but it is possible. But basically I'm just going to demonstrate from here, coming forward at an angle, aiming slightly downward, just basically right towards this. So just to recap for anyone who didn't see it, this is actually a weapon control system of sorts. So if this were to go out, then I would lose functionality of control of most of these joint systems. So as you saw when I was actually shooting the ship here, I was controlling all of the top and all of the right and all of the left in massive groups of about 5, and on the top here about 8 I think there is, or more, probably 9. But basically, yeah, all of that logic for controlling them is just in there. So someone asked of me to demonstrate that it is actually possible to take out the entire weapon system in one missile shot, because that is what I did say, and I still believe that to be mostly possible. So we will just demonstrate. So we'll just right click this, and as you can see we kind of missed it there, so I'll just re-angle that, but straight away one missile took out that, so I still have pretty high hopes that it would take it out. No, not 30, we'll change it to 20 degrees. Actually, we'll change it to about 15. Hopefully that's about right. That looks pretty good. So one missile took out the grating there, so if we didn't hit this first, that probably would have been better advantage. It looks like one missile took out the entire right hand flap of this. So there's 2 different flaps, this one here and then this one here. So this one controls that, and then there was one there that controls that, and then there's another one just there which controls that. So there's a few different flaps that all cover up the front of this. So it looks like one missile doesn't actually take it out because it only takes out the brick coverage here. But I'm going to presume that a second missile would completely destroy it and open up the cargo room to space. So hopefully that covers that and just sort of explains what would happen if someone got a single missile shot just in on the weapons control system of this ship. So it looks like maybe 2 missiles would easily take out, after a direct hit, would just take out the entire weapon system, and it would leave me in a bit of a pickle. Okay, so hopefully this has answered all of your questions from the last video. If you've got any more questions or any tips, suggestions, ideas, just let me know and I'll do my best to get to all of them. And hopefully this video covered everything and just explained everything that I was hoping to explain in the previous video. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.